Hey everyone, welcome to the Wrestling Experience.
The predictions in a cell edition.
Man, I love that. You are so punny today.
That was not that great, but thank you.
Alright, well, I'm Jazz,
I'm Janny.
and we are the Wrestling Experience, and yes, we are here for the Hell in a Cell predictions video. Only 5 matches on the card.
I bet that's gonna change.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna have like some impromptu matches. We might have a couple of backstage segments and interviews here and there, but I expect the Hell in a Cell matches to be quite long though.
Yeah, that's probably why there's gonna be less matches. Every single one of those Hell in a Cell matches has to
Yeah.
go at least 15 minutes, right?
Yeah. So there are no pre-show matches that have been announced. So we're going to
But you
jump
know
to
there will
the
be one.
exactly, but we're gonna jump to
Can
the
we
main
guess who's
card.
gonna? Can we guess who's gonna be on the pre-show here? Some hurt business. I'm gonna put
Ooh,
some hurt business shenanigans gonna be in the pre-show maybe. Some Cedric
maybe
Alexander Ricochet type of thing.
maybe Lars Sullivan and like another quick beatdown.
I feel like he'll get a. I feel like it's unfortunate to say, but he'd probably get like a squash match on the main card, like for 2 minutes
Uh,
rather than the pre-show. Which, whatever. But yeah,
okay, all right.
it
Well,
is
we're
what it is.
it is what it is. Exactly. I like that. I like that mantra of yours. So we're gonna go with the first match: Elias versus Jeff Hardy. I'm gonna ask you first. Who do you think is going to win this match? And it seems that it's a pretty obvious choice, right?
Yeah. So this is a singles match, right? There's no stipulation, and I think Jeff Hardy's gonna win. Although I really don't want him to. I
What?
hope Elias wins. I feel like Jeff Hardy has been getting jobbed out pretty bad, and I feel like he's going to win, and it's not gonna make sense because I want Elias to win, but I think Jeff Hardy's gonna win.
But that doesn't make sense. Elias
I
just
know.
came back.
I know, but
But
I don't know. I have this weird feeling today that Jeff Hardy got dropped out to Lars Sullivan. He didn't look good on his way out of SmackDown. I would not be surprised if he wins this. I don't want him to though.
well, I'm actually really happy that we disagree because we always
Also
kind
that
of agree on everything. So this is not
it's in the
planned.
contract for us
Exactly.
to have one match where we disagree because I don't think we're going to disagree on the other ones. Maybe,
Well, I
maybe
think
not.
that Elias is going to win this because it doesn't make sense for Elias to be gone for so long and then Elias just kind of losing this match. I mean, I don't think the feud is going to end. I think the feud is going to continue, but that doesn't necessarily mean that Elias has to
Yeah, well,
lose for this feud to continue.
he could lose and then just continue to beat up Jeff Hardy after the bell and continue the feud. So, but I hope you're
Uh,
right.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, now that you say it that way, it actually makes more sense for Jeff Hardy to win and the feud to continue with Elias beating him up with the guitar and everything. But whatever. I'm gonna go on a limb. I'm gonna say Elias.
Maybe
Watch me.
Jeff Jarrett gets involved because he's supposed to be on the pre-show panel or
Oh
something.
no.
I don't
Okay.
know. They both have guitars.
So we're gonna go with Otis versus The Miz, and there is a stipulation in this match. The winner gets to, well, I guess, carry the Money in the Bank briefcase. Now, my question is that if there is a new winner, does The Miz actually have like a full year starting today, or is it like still a year, or is it like does this like the months past from the Money in the Bank still count?
Honestly, I don't know. If he just takes the contract, then I guess it continues. So you're saying the Miz is going to
No,
win?
no, no. I was gonna ask you, like, who do you think is gonna win?
First of all, I thought they should up the stipulation. It should be like winner gets Mandy, Marie's, and the Money in the Bank. They should have
Wow.
really went that far, but they didn't because they're cowards. I actually think Otis is gonna win. I don't. I not that like Miz is bad or anything. I think Miz is amazing, and this whole storyline is good. Partially thanks to him, partially thanks to Otis. I don't want to see Otis lose it, so maybe I'm going with my heart here a bit. But I also don't think he will lose it. I just feel like this is just a way for Otis to get built.
Okay, so now the thing is, the reason why I asked you first is because I was kind of curious to see if you kind of thought the same way as me. Because let's say, for example, Otis retains and Otis keeps the Money in the Bank contract, right? Like, we would all be very happy about it. But does Otis versus Roman Reigns, does that work for you? Does Otis versus Drew McIntyre or Otis versus Randy Orton work for you? They haven't done anything significant with Otis. As much as we love him, I still don't see him as a serious wrestler. And they haven't done anything since Otis won the Money in the Bank for him to kind of warrant and kind of cash in and go against those guys. Because if he does go in against those guys, he's going to lose. There's absolutely no way that Otis is going to defeat Roman Reigns or defeat Drew McIntyre or Randy Orton if Randy wins tonight.
I don't disagree with anything you said. In fact, it makes perfect sense. Although I don't really see Miz in either. Like, I don't see Miz doing any better in that situation. Like Miz versus Roman or Miz versus Drew / Randy Orton. I don't see him doing much better in that situation. But I think that, and you're right, they like pretty much neglected Otis so much. But I feel like they're trying a little bit more recently now. They gave him this storyline. So I think maybe this is a chance for him to get built. I don't think he's going to cash in for a while. Knowing Otis, they might just have him keep it, and then he forgets to cash in. A year is up, and he's like, "Oops."
Yeah,
And
no,
totally
I
makes
don't.
sense.
I don't want to do that. You know what? Man, we're gonna disagree again.
Perfect. That's the first time ever. Two matches, and 2 matches in, 2 matches disagreed. Like, imagine we disagree with all 5.
But the thing is, like, listen, I personally think that Otis is going to retain, but I still, like, I think that there's more stories to be told with The Miz winning and then The Miz cashing in on Drew McIntyre and him losing. Like, that would make more sense. Because I buy it. I buy The Miz cashing in and losing. You know what I mean? Because he is that cowardly guy and he's going to, kind of cash in at that, like the best opportunity and, he kind of fails. So, I don't know. I think that, like, that... Yeah, I'm gonna go with The Miz. Even though I think Otis is going to win this, I think I'm gonna go with The Miz.
I do agree that a heel holding the briefcase is always more interesting because, like, half the fun, half the cleverness is like coming in at the last second when your champion is like beaten up and stealing the title, and a face just wouldn't do that. Or if he does, it doesn't look as good. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we're gonna go with the next match. Let's say Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre.
Triple Hell in a Cell matches, right? The last 3 are all Hell in a Cell matches.
Well, I think obviously one of them is going to open, right? That would make more sense.
Look, my Raw theory still stands. The cage was down. They were inside, and maybe they'll just open the show. It's the only way it makes sense. But yeah, I do expect one of those cells to open. It could be Sasha Bayley, but I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. I think that it might be Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton. But I was going to ask you, who do you think is going to win this?
This is the toughest one.
It is. It really is.
And I always have to say it first, but you know what? I'll say it again. I'm going to pick Drew McIntyre. I think Randy Orton's amazing, and he's so good, but I don't think you can take it away from Drew. And I want to see Drew continue to be the champion. He's always been good. He's never got stale since he won it, since before he won it. So I'm on board the Drew train. The Drew Express, not the Strowman Express for me all the way.
So here's the thing. If it was anybody else, I would have said that Randy Orton is going to win this. But I think that Drew McIntyre is the epitome of a true face of the company, a true champion. He's amazing on the mic. He has so much charisma. His personality is just off the hook. And, his wrestling is great too. And for me, yes, like in this pandemic era, Drew McIntyre has been absolutely great. And I don't want him to lose the title. But then again, like, is there ever going to be a situation where we're going to go against Drew McIntyre? Like, I mean, we both love Drew McIntyre so much. Like, we've made it clear. And Randy Orton has done such an amazing job at being the heel in this. But the thing is, he's lost, like 2-3, big matches against Drew McIntyre? Like, what else does he have left? Like, if Randy Orton loses this one, what else is next for Randy Orton? Right, so
it doesn't matter. He's Randy Orton, and he can do anything to legitimize himself.
I know, absolutely. So
it's totally fine, and I think that's a good sign. If we don't want Drew to lose, that means they're doing something great with his booking.
Yeah,
and did you ever want Stone Cold Steve Austin to lose in the Attitude Era? No,
it's a fair point. So I will also go with Drew McIntyre. I agree with you in this one. So
perfect.
We're going to go...
Let the agreeing continue.
We're going to go with the next match. We have Sasha Banks, the boss, versus Bayley. Bayley, just like the most dominant SmackDown Women's Champion of all time at this point. Like, Bayley has just been on fire. My question to you is this going to continue?
There is some argument in, like, having Sasha lose again to another horsewoman in a Hell in a Cell. But I don't think she's losing. Sasha's winning this match tonight, I think.
Okay. So
I think it's all there. All the pieces are there. I don't think we're gonna have a title change tonight except for this one. So
okay. So here's the thing. Here's my question for you. Did you think about this short term, or did you think about this like long term as well? Like, if Sasha wins, what do you think is next for Sasha Banks, and what do you think is next for Bayley? Of course, they might have a rematch. But then what? Like, is it like this? I feel like Sasha Banks versus Bayley is like a WrestleMania marquee matchup. Do you think the feud is going to continue all the way to April then?
No, I wouldn't mind seeing Bayley disappear for a while and win the Royal Rumble or something.
Okay. All right. So
Sasha can hold it until WrestleMania. It would totally be legit. She needs a long title reign. She can face a lot of challengers on SmackDown and elevate them.
But do you see an outcome where Bayley wins this?
Well, yeah, of course. Like I said, like she can rub it in our faces again on Friday, saying, "Oh, you lost to all the horsewomen now in Hell in a Cell," and like it's totally legitimate. And Bayley can continue being the like cocky champion that she is, and she's going to be very good at it. I just think it's time for a little bit of a change here. Like I don't want to see Bayley lose it, but I think Sasha needs a good run.
No, it's a fair point. So I also had Sasha Banks. I just wanted to kind of hear your argument about it. I think that Royal Rumble will probably be won by Bianca Belair. I really want to see Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks. I think that like they can do a lot of amazing things. It's just that we can't discount the amazing work that Bayley has done, and that's why it's kind of hard to kind of pick against her, because Bayley does have a chance of winning this. And yeah, you're right. She can go on SmackDown and she's gonna rub it in Sasha's face, saying that she got lost. Like she lost to basically all the other horsewomen, including Bayley. But no, I think now it's Sasha's time. I think that Bayley has had her title reign for a long time, and I think it's they call it Boss in the Cell for a reason, right? I feel like Sasha's finally gonna win it.
If Bayley wins, it'd have to be in the most like sleazy way possible, especially after she like basically ended their first match on SmackDown like 3 minutes in with a chair. So like if she wins, it'd be in the cheapest way possible. So I think that match was there just to tell us that Sasha's winning this one. Yeah. Hell in a Cell, it's a feud ender. Like it's got to take a break.
No, absolutely.
There's an argument that there won't even be a rematch after this. Like Bayley could disappear for a bit, but
yeah. So now our last match on the card, I think this is probably going to main event. Although there's an argument that Sasha and Bayley should main event, but we have Roman Reigns.
No, this is an I Quit Hell in a Cell match. True. It's the first ever. It's the main event, 100%. I think.
Roman Reigns versus J Uso. You're right, in a I Quit Hell in a Cell match. And also, if J Uso loses, the whole, I guess, Uso family, his wives, their wives, their kids, they're gone from the Inoue family. So, who do you think is
the tribal chef over here telling us who can be in the family and who can't? So obviously, J Uso has to win now because he's not going to be excommunicated from his family. Like WWE, there's no way that the storyline would go that far. No.
There's an argument where like Brock Lesnar is gonna show up and Jey Uso is gonna win. I don't think it's gonna happen. No. I think that Roman Reigns is going to absolutely decimate Jey Uso and kick him out of the family. Roman Reigns is gonna be holding that title for a while.
There's if anything, if Brock Lesnar were to show up, he would not let Jey Uso win the title. He would make sure Roman keeps it and then show up after, yell at Paul Heyman a bit. Scream like a pterodactyl or something. So, I just think this is going to be a massacre, and it's going to be quite a good one. And I guess I wonder how they're going to do the Jay say I quit part, because I don't think he will. Will Jimmy say I quit for him this time? Just like he threw in
that'll be the second time in a row, though, if that happens. No, I do think Jimmy will be hiding under the ring, and there'll be some 2-on-1 shenanigans. Yeah, I was going to say that Jimmy might get involved in this. So basically, we kind of agree on pretty much all the cell matches except for the 2 non-cell matches, which is great because, we kind of have this habit of agreeing with each other. But, I guess that's what makes us friends. I don't know. Or I guess that's what makes we're just agreeable people, that's all. Or that's what makes the product, predictable. But yeah, so I think listen, we have 5 matches. I don't think the pay-per-view is going to go super long either, but I feel like the 3 cell matches are definitely exciting, and aside from Roman and Jey Uso, I feel pretty confident. I mean, sorry, I wouldn't be surprised if we're wrong, right? I wouldn't be surprised if Bayley retains. I wouldn't be surprised if, let's say for example, Randy Orton wins. But I think one match is for sure 100% certainty that
What an easy way to protect yourself from being wrong. I wouldn't be surprised if what I said was wrong and the other thing happened. Yeah.
All right, so
Riveting.
this is where I'm gonna sign off. This is where I'm gonna say goodbye because you just caught me in my plan. If you do enjoy our content, make sure to hit that subscribe button on YouTube and right below the like button. So make sure you click on the like button, but right below that, you'll find all the description where you can find us on social media, where you can listen to us in audio format, and we'll see you guys in the next one for our Hell in a Cell recap video.
Please click, especially if we got them all right.
Well, so then basically what you're telling them is not to click now, but then to wait for Hell in a Cell and then go back and click only if we're right?
Watch it twice, yeah. And also click if we're wrong because,
Smart man.
we deserve a second chance.
Exactly.